Why, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another installment of ShadowEye, the show that nobody wanted, but guess what? You're getting anyway. Uh,
Yippee doo!
I have a disclaimer that I have is disclaimer. We're gonna have differing opinions, okay? Look, people, it's gonna happen. You don't like it? Well, just get over it, you crybabies. We're just here to have fun. Who gives a shit if we have different opinions? Who cares?
Mm-hmm.
I'm someone who will say, if you like something that I don't, then you know what? I appreciate it.
Yeah.
But with that being said, welcome to episode 7 of ShadowEye, ladies and gentlemen, where today we are going to be reviewing season 3 of The Office.
Yes.
Now, last episode, we reviewed the first 2 seasons, but guess what? Today, we're just reviewing 1 season today. And
Yay!
we're going to do something even more different this time. You want to know, Ninjoid? You want to know?
What is it?
Do you really want to know?
Oh, yes, I want to know, Austin.
No.
Tell it to me.
Oh, Ninjoid, you don't. I don't know if you want to know, man. I don't know. It's something that's going to scare you.
No.
Are you positive?
You know what? No, I'm not.
Well, instead of doing what we did last time, is we just reviewed every episode. We are going to be reviewing just the plot lines.
Oh my God! It's a miracle.
There, it makes our jobs even more easier. Would you look at that?
Exactly. That sounds perfect.
So, before we begin, Ninjoid, where can they find you at?
You guys can find me on my own YouTube channel, Ninja243, where we have a lot of fun, cool shit over there, such as Galactic Chat, always on Friday. We are now on our official 4th season, in which I still don't know what this upcoming one is going to be, but I'll probably come up with it by tomorrow, because I always have to come up with it by Monday at least. Also, guys, you can also find me on Austin's channel sometimes for Splash Talk, also with ShadowEye, where on Splash Talk we read fan fiction, and now we're going to be doing debates for the last hour, so that will be pretty cool. Also, you can find me on Sauerkraus's channel, where Sauerkraus and Sauerkraus, Austin, and I, we do Animation Takeover, which is also a fun stream series in which Ryan has to bring back because, man, those are fun as shit. Like, am I correct, Austin?
Yes.
And also, you can find me on Twitter at Ninja243 and also on Discord at Ninja243.
Very nice. You guys, I have a YouTube channel, the channel you're watching right now. I do 3 shows per week. I do a show called ShadowEye, usually on Sundays. A show where we're going to be reviewing The Office for a little bit. Splash Talk on Thursdays, where we just read fan fiction and then debates. And then you can find me on Fridays on my channel with the good old wrestling, where it's me and Deshaun and sometimes Rambling Canuck as we review pay-per-views, just talk, stuff about wrestling, news, whatever, we want to talk about, and we do a wrestling tier list at the end. Also, on the other channels on Sundays, you can find me usually on Chris Knight's channel, The Real Review 3000, when he does the weekly wrap-up. On Mondays, you can sometimes find me on JJ's channel at Randomness at its Finest. You can find me on Anzo's channel whenever he does his game streams, where I watch LDG, JJ, and Anzo play and give some pretty even competition. Then on Fridays, you can find me on Ninjoy243's channel as part of Galactic Chat, because I am a co-leader, and I've been on every episode, so you always find me there. You can also find me on Zach's channel, EJ's channel, everybody's channels I have linked in the description. You can find me on Sauerkraus's channel whenever he does his streams, such as Animation Takeover and etc. And I have Twitter at the Austinator17. So if you ever want to hit me up on Twitter, just hit me up. And I have Discord at the Austinator. So, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to kick things off with The Office Season 3. So, Nindroid, I want to get your initial reaction to Season 3. What was your thoughts?
Season 3 was probably my favorite season, now that I think about it.
It's your favorite season.
Here's the thing. To me, it has the best comedy in this season, and the storyline is a lot better, in my opinion. Also, there's a lot more watchable episodes, if you understand. Also, they introduced to us Andy, in which Andy is actually one of my favorite characters. So, yeah.
See, I would put Season 3 in my top 3 because it does introduce new characters, and I will agree, the comedy, I would say The Office right around this point starts to hit its peak, which is kind of not necessarily a good thing because once it hits its peak, it usually then goes downhill a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say though, this season was really good. There are some bits of the comedy that I liked. I liked the comedy with I'll save it when we get to the plot lines and stuff, but overall it was very strong in its comedy department. I like that it explores more stuff outside of The Office and even Scranton.
Yeah.
It goes deeper with the relationships and the storyline between Pam, Jim, and was really kicked off here, and
Yes.
it was like a nice slow build.
Mm-hmm.
But that being said, let's get into the plot lines of the season. So let's start off with the first chunk of season 3. So let's talk about the noticeable thing. Jim is basically gone from Scranton. He goes to New York, or sorry, Stanford. My apologies.
Yes.
He goes to Stanford because it's later revealed that at the end of season 2, Jim and Pam kiss. And it's revealed that Pam says, "No, Jim, I can't date you because I'm getting married to Roy." And then Jim's like, "No, be with me." And Pam's like, "No." And then Jim's like, "Please, I'm desperate." And then Pam's like, "Fuck off." And then Jim's like, "You know what, bitch? I had it here. I'm leaving."
Yeah, exactly. and then here's the thing: she doesn't even get married to Roy.
No, exactly. He doesn't. She calls up the wedding with him.
Exactly.
And so you see throughout, that chunk that Pam misses Jim. Of course, you get them calling each other, and while Jim is at Stanford, he meets Karen.
Yes.
What a great name, Karen.
Yes.
Her name is Karen, and she acts like a Karen. Uh,
And then they meet Andy.
who Andy is great, and we'll get
Yes.
more into Andy when we talk about seasons in later seasons. But
Yes.
let's talk about Karen for a second because she's really only a main character here. I found Karen to be kind of bland.
I also agree. She was a very bland love interest, in my opinion.
She was just like, "Oh, Jim, I like you, but I fucking hate Pam because you used to date her." And
It's
Jim,
like, shut up.
like, she kind of got annoying a little bit.
Oh, I agree with that.
And she was I don't wouldn't say she's batshit crazy, but she just really just I just don't like her. She's so like she's just kind of bland, boring, and she doesn't really have any personality.
I like her in later seasons because it's very funny when she appears.
That I agree with, especially the episode in season 7 where Michael had herpes.
Yes.
That was pretty funny. So while Jim is at Stanford, so Michael is doing his usual shtick,
Wait, let's go back to Stanford quickly. All right, so basically during Stanford, the most important thing that you guys got to remember is that they play Call of Duty 24/7. Guys
Yeah,
don't.
they play Call of Duty as a team building exercise.
Yes, and that is like the most important thing of the entire season, guys.
Oh, it's really important.
Yeah, I mean it like really important indeed.
It's so important they go back to it. Not so then while this is all happening over in Dunder Mifflin, Michael is still running the office like the buffoon that he is, and it's awesome. Uh, all the characters are basically the same. And something very noticeable has a couple things very noticeably happened during the season. Stanley snaps at Michael.
Oh
In
yeah.
one of the episodes. All right, no, was that season 4?
Wait a second. No, that was season 4. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it was season 4. So basically Oscar, we all remember Oscar. He's the pretty he's the guy who's the smart guy.
Didn't the second episode, or what's the first episode where he came out?
I think it was one of the earlier episodes. It was like one of the first few episodes of season 3.
Yeah, he came out as he was a gay guy. Yeah.
Yeah, like so Michael accidentally ousts him because Michael's an idiot, of course. And then Michael kisses Oscar in that scene that we all know. Michael kisses him because he does. Michael and so Oscar then leaves for a little bit because he got a paid vacation by the company, so he doesn't sue. Now, keep in mind, he's an accountant. So, any thoughts on that, Ninjoid?
Same thoughts as you.
Is pretty weird. Just what about the stuff in Stanford? What were your thoughts on that?
It was okay for the first half, just not the best. It's not like season 4, if you understand.
Like I agree with you, but I think the reason why I like the Stanford stuff is because it's interesting to see stuff that's not happening in Scranton.
Oh shoot, yeah. Sorry, my God, I got confused between Stanford and Scranton. I was actually talking about the Scranton branch. It was boring for the first half without Jim, in my opinion.
Really, it was boring for you? I was actually entertained.
No, it was a little bit boring for me. I know, very popular, biased opinion, but I don't care. Sorry guys, I'm doing something while I'm doing this. So in my opinion with Stanford, I thought it was okay, but once again it was a little bit boring, but I will give credit where it's due. That hey, at least they built it like it was more than like 2 episodes. It was like a whole like 6 episodes, I'm pretty sure.
I think so.
And and then also it benefited the story because of Mr. Andy. Yeah, Andy joins the group, and Karen too, but then Karen leaves all because of not stupid Jim. Jim actually did the correct choice because number one, Karen sucks in my opinion because she's a Karen. Oh yeah, we already know that, right, guys?
Yeah, since Karen is a Karen, obviously we got to make Karen jokes about her.
Yeah, Karen. Kara.
No, don't you dare.
Kara Zor-El.
Don't you dare. You're gonna. Ugh. Someone's going to the Jello. What'd you say?
I said Karen now.
You just say Kara?
No, Karen.
What the fuck?
Sorry, I'm trying to get a dude for school basically while we're doing this. Personal reasons. All right, so let's get back to Scranton now, shall we?
So some bullshit happened. So actually, here's a major plot point. I'm not gonna go through every episode of the show. Like I'll just go through the storylines and Ryan. This is kind of like a plot, like huge plot point. This happens in the finale because it goes through the entire show. But Ryan is actually promoted to salesman.
Yeah.
And he's now sitting at Jim's desk.
Mm-hmm.
Which I'm upset about.
Yeah.
It's Jim's desk.
Exactly.
And just and then so Ryan and Kelly's relationship is also here, and it's cringy.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm sorry, I do not like Kelly.
You know what? The more I think about it, yeah, this season's not actually. I don't think it's my favorite. You know which season I think is actually my favorite?
4.
Yeah.
Oh my god, a good season 4?
Yeah. I think it might be. When did Dwight fight over Angela?
Season 4 they broke up, and then season 5, like she cheated on Andy with Dwight, and then Dwight and Andy were gonna fight, but then Andy then ran over Dwight with his car. But he didn't really run him over. Like he just used his car to then run over his knees.
Oh shit! That maybe 5 is actually my favorite.
5 isn't my particular favorite, but we're not talking about season 5 here. We're talking about season 3.
Okay. Yeah.
And so also we got to talk about Michael's relationship with Jan, because this is where his official relationship with Jan started. Michael went and had a vacation to Jamaica, and I believe so Michael had a relationship with Carol. If you guys don't remember, in our season 2 review, he actually starts dating Carol, and so there was this like DeWi festival that Kelly's parents were hosting, and so Michael proposed to Carol even though they've only been dating for a few weeks. And then Carol was like, no, are you crazy? No. And so then Michael's like depressed, and then Pam like tries to go and like cheer him up, and then Michael tries to kiss Pam, and then Pam's like, what are you doing? Then Michael's like, what are you doing?
What are you doing?
And then he's like, can I get a ride home? And then she's like, you can sit in the back seat.
Exactly.
Oh my god, that was some good stuff. Yeah. But so then a few episodes, I think it was like the Christmas episode, Carol comes in and she finds Michael's face taped to over like her ex-husband's face.
Oh yeah, that was funny. That was funny.
And then she breaks up with him because I mean, wouldn't you break up with him?
Yeah.
So Michael's depressed, and he got a trip to Jamaica that he was going to bring Carol on. So he asked Jan to go, and then of course, Michael takes a picture of Jan topless, and which really wasn't that bad. It could have been like, you could have just said like Michael was doing it to be Michael, but then like he tries to forward it to Todd Packer, and the picture ends up circulating all throughout the warehouse. And then they they bring up like this huge ass poster that they created of the picture, and like the warehouse workers are, like clapping for him, like they're applauding this.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, Michael, yeah, great job. And then like Michael had that like Jamaican brace or no, god, beads in his hair. What the hell was I talking about? Jamaican beads. He had Jamaican beads in his hair, if you don't remember.
Yeah.
So Michael's relationship with Jan this season, I don't like Jan. I'm sorry, I don't like her, especially in this season. I hate her. Seasons 3 and 4, I hate her. She is so bad. Like, she makes Michael do all these crazy things in the bedroom. That's not even a joke. Because so Michael and Jan, so Michael's forced to do all these crazy things. Michael says he doesn't love Jan. So like the women in the office is telling him to break up with her. And then Michael's like, I don't know. And then they're like, no, you should do it. And then Michael's like, oh, okay, I'll do it when I go back to the office, because they weren't at the office at the time, they were at the mall. And so he's like, all right, I'm gonna break up with Jan. And then he calls. So then he does it over the phone, and then it's left on voicemail. And then Michael is like, then he breaks up with her over voicemail, and she doesn't know. And then she walks in like, hey, babe, you want anything for dinner? And she's like, I'm sorry. And then he's like, oh, yeah, don't answer that. And then she hears the breakup voicemail, and then he's like, Chinese.
Yeah.
And then a few episodes down the line, Jan gets like a breast enhancement so that way Michael gets back together with her, and then like Michael just stares at her, and then he's like, yep, let's get back together. So I'm not going to talk about what the ending stuff, because that's going to be saved for like the last real storyline. So I guess the next thing, so Stanford, the Stanford boss, I can't remember his name at the moment, but I believe he left because it's later revealed that he's going to take another job at another company, and because originally I believe the Scranton branch of Dunder Mifflin was going to close.
Yes. Yeah.
And that's how we got the iconic Michael face, which I'm going to show in a GIF form. Just let me look for it. We got this awesome freaking image, and it's amazing. I just gotta look through the images here. It's his awkward face. Yeah, I'm just gonna show it here, and obviously there's no audio because it's a GIF. It's this face.
What the? Oh yeah, that's popular.
He's like, this is the worst, because before in the interview he was supposed to be like, listen, I gotta show him a face that's like, everything's gonna be okay. And he's like, this is the worst, and then that's his face. So then he and Dwight, which I call Dwight and Michael Batman and Robin of The Office. Like, Michael is like the guy that Dwight is like, oh, Michael, I love you. And then Michael's like, yeah, just be quiet. Actually, the one thing that I forgot to talk about this before we got to this. So there was this episode where Dwight was going to try and take Michael's job.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I remember that.
And so they tried to find his... what's up, Kavari? So Dwight meets up with Jan in secret, and he's like, hey, look, Michael's an idiot. You should hire me instead. And Jan's like, I'll think about it. Then she calls Michael. Michael, feeling betrayed, is like, all right, I'm going to get this motherfucker back. And then Dwight is like, and then he's like, because Dwight was going to the dentist, and Michael tries to feed him an M&M to see if, I guess, to see if like he was telling the truth, and it's like, whoa, it healed quickly. He's like, oh, it's just that fast. That's new stuff. And then he's like, who's your dentist? And then he's like, Crentist. And then Michael's like, Crentist? That sounds like dentist. And then Dwight's like, well, maybe that's why he became a dentist.
Yeah.
And then Michael made Dwight believe that he was actually going to steal his job. And then it's revealed that Michael knew. And then Dwight's like on his knees, like begging, like, no, please don't fire me. And then Michael's like, I'm afraid that you, sir. Well, what? Then Dwight's like, well, I'll do your laundry for a year. And then Michael's like, not good enough. And then he's like, you know what you can do? Let's hug it out, bitch.
Let's hug it out, bitch. Exactly.
And then it's revealed that Michael's actually making Dwight do his laundry for a year.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, well, I was still pretty upset, so I made him stand in a chair. Also, he's doing my laundry.
Yeah.
Let's see here. So back to this. So the Scranton branch is later revealed because of the whole branch closing.
Yeah.
So Stanford actually closes. So everybody from Stanford goes over there. Actually, to Scranton, everybody basically quits over the next couple episodes, besides for Karen, Andy, and Jim.
Who was the guy? I think his name was Andrew. Andrew supposedly had a criminal past, if you remember.
And so that's when we got Prison Mike.
Oh yes.
Prison Mike had to deal with the Dementors in prison.
Mm-hmm.
Man, it was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, when I'm talking crazy, he was crazy. So Michael, so of course everybody quits because they're not series regulars. And so it was left with Andy, Karen, and Jim, which then gets us to our next plot line. The Andy versus Dwight stuff in season 3. Yes, they fought more than once. So this time it was over who is Michael's right-hand man, because Andy is somebody who is a kiss ass. Especially in season 3, he's a kiss ass.
Yes.
Now Dwight is also a kiss ass. You see where I'm going here. And Dwight and Andy are now fighting for Michael's affection. And actually, this is how really this whole thing started, was Angela wanted Dwight to, I guess, bring something to New York or Stanford because she forgot to file something. Dwight said, okay, but Angela's like, nope, we got to keep it in secret because, we don't want our relationship getting out. And Dwight's like, what, that, okay. So they go there, and of course there's like a sales thing that they have to do, and Andy teams up with Michael. And, Dwight was late, and Andy was like, oh, because he was getting in Michael's ear, and he was like, Dwight might have went back to Jan again and was trying to steal your job.
Yeah.
And
then basically, who came out and said? Oh yeah, Angela came out and said, Dwight went to Staples, if you remember.
No. What happened was, so basically Michael got pissed because he thought Dwight went behind his back again, and basically told him, you either gotta tell me what happened or you quit. And then Dwight quit because he was going to basically keep his commitment to Angela. And then Andy, and then he went to work at Staples because he was trying to find a job. And he was like, I found a job that, will hold me over. Because in whole honesty, he could have just worked on his beet farm, but that's not really revealed until next season, that he had a hotel on his beet farm.
Yeah.
So while all this is going on, Michael starts to realize, like, oh shit, I'm starting to kind of miss Dwight, because he actually does a shit ton of stuff in the office that not even the janitors do. Like, he waters the plants, like he organizes stuff. He was so he was so cool. And Andy was like trying to be like the try hard kiss ass, where he's like, hey Michael, we should do this, we should do that. Michael's like, oh my god, this guy's annoying. And then so Angela basically said, okay, here's what actually happened. I forgot to file something. Here's what happened. And then Michael's like, oh my God, I fucked up. And then he tried to get Dwight back. And then Andy is like, yo, dude, we're going to hang out this weekend. We're going to get some girls. Oh, shit. And so then Michael's like, nope, I don't want to do that. And Andy's like, well, I'm sorry. I insulted you with friendship.
And then he punches the wall.
Because earlier on, Jim stole his phone and hid it somewhere as a prank. And then, he was dialing it to bring it. And then Andy was getting pissed off of that, too. And he punches the wall.
Yes, the wall. And it's not, whose wall. It is just a wall in the office. And guess what? The wall made him go to anger management class.
Yes, Andy does go to anger management class. That is actually what happened. He got forced into going to anger management. How great is that, ladies and gentlemen?
He went beautiful.
Yeah, and I love how, and also earlier on, Andy was trying to seduce Pam, and then Jim, as a prank, was telling him things that she actually doesn't like. Because guess what, ladies and gentlemen, because he is still dating Karen, there is a plot twist that he still likes Pam. What a plot twist, guys! What a plot twist! What a swerve! So while that's going, so Pam and Roy end up getting back together for a little bit. Even though Pam broke up with Roy, she's like, you know what? Let's get back together. And so they get back together, and Pam's like, all right, we can't have any more secrets. And then Roy's like, oh, okay. And then she's like, I kissed Jim. And then he's like, what the fuck? And he starts, and they broke something in the bar. And then Pam's like, all right, yeah, we're done for good. And then Roy's like, yeah, you're damn right, we're done. And then Roy's like, I'm gonna kill Jim. So that happened, and this is actually one of my favorite moments in the show. So Jim and Karen are walking out of the office. We're gonna leave the office to go to a movie or whatever. And Roy just comes in and he's like, "Hey, Halpert!" And then Jim's like, "Oh, hey!" And then Roy starts to charge at him. And then Dwight shows up and hits him with pepper spray.
Oh yeah, with Dwight, and then Dwight's like, "Come on, I always have that."
Meanwhile, I think he sprayed himself because he was crying a little bit.
Yeah, and then Michael's like, oh, because of that, now we have to... Wait, no, it was, shoot, what's his name? Crap, now I forget his name.
Which person?
I know his name. Toby. Yeah, it was Toby. Yeah, do you remember Toby then went all around the entire office and just grabbing nunchucks, swords, daggers?
Well, actually, that's not what did it. What actually happened was he was basically trying. So basically, then Andy came back, and then Andy's like, "Hey, I'm back," and then Dwight sprays him.
Oh, and that's what happened. Yeah, okay.
Oh, that was some good. So Roy gets fired. Everybody's just like, "What the fuck?" I guess I got through all the major plot lines, unless there's a couple I missed.
No, I think that was all of the major ones, if you understand.
I think the only thing I have to talk about is the last real plot line of the season, which is basically the new corporate manager position. So I think it's a two-parter. I usually consider it a two-parter, the finale, the second to last episode and then the last episode. So basically what happened in the finale was they're looking for a new CR, I guess, new corporate position, and Michael's like, "Oh, I'm definitely gonna get it." So they go to the beach, and then they're like, all right, we're going to have a competition. Whoever wins gets my job. And then, so all these beach games happen, like eating hot dogs and sumo wrestling, and then there was like the coal walk where it's like the really hot rocks, and Dwight like tries to walk on the rocks, and like Dwight ends up falling on the hot rocks. Like he's like, oh my, Michael's like, oh my god, I can't go in there. No, God, it smells really bad. And then Pam walks on the rocks because she wants to prove that she's not like timid or whatever. So Pam is like, now that I have the confidence, I'm gonna say this. Then she talks shit and basically is like, Jim, you were my friend, but now we're not really friends, even though we still hang out a little bit. So she's like, yeah, Jim, we used to be best friends, but I don't know what happened to that. And, Pam was like, yeah, I was able to do the coal walk that not even anybody could. And so then this last half happened where Karen and Pam's relationship is kind of awkward because guess what? Pam and Jim love each other, and Karen's basically the third wheel, even though she's the one in the relationship with Jim. How weird is that? So and it's later revealed that Jim and Karen are also going for the corporate position, and we don't know what that corporate position is. And do you guys want to know what that corporate position is?
What is it? And it's Ryan.
No, it's Jan's position because remember Jan was getting fired.
Yeah, Ryan becomes.
No, I didn't say who was going to get it. I said Jan was actually getting fired, and Michael was actually getting a thing for her job.
Oh, yeah.
It's revealed that, in a way, I don't know if I would necessarily say it's. I guess in a sense it is. So they go for the job, and then so Michael finds out it's Jan's job, and he's like, "Yeah, I got to decline." They do a handshake, whatever, with David Wallace, and then Jim, was talking with Karen. They're walking all around, and everything was going on, and Pam was like, everything is okay. I'm okay with him leaving, and all of that. And then at the end, it's revealed that Jim broke up with Karen, and he's like, "Hey Pam, you good for dinner tonight?" And then she's like, "Yeah." And then he's like, "All right, cool." And then Pam looks in the camera smiling, and then it is also revealed that Ryan is indeed the one who is, I guess, in a sense, going to get Jan's job, and then breaks up with Kelly.
Yeah, and that was funny. It was funny when Kelly said, "What?"
He was like, "All right, we're done," and he's like, "What?"
And then it was the end of the season.
So I guess now it is time for. So we basically got through all the major plot lines. Let's talk about our favorite moments from the season. I'll let you go first.
All right, my favorite moment from the season. Well, that's actually a good one. Oh, yes, it is definitely you, Ryan, the worst character of the entire show. Well, no, he was not the worst character. You know who's the worst character? He appears in season 8.
Yeah, he is a really bad character.
That's the guy.
I'm going to acknowledge that here real quick. What's up to Sarah Kavari? So I was like, yes, it is me, the worst character of the entire show.
No, Ryan is not the worst character, but to each their own, I guess.
Also, I just want to point out that we got 2 dislikes on the stream.
2 dislikes. What? Are you serious? Are you legit serious? Damn. Okay.
Now, here's the thing. I don't give a shit, but if you're going to dislike, at least tell me why.
That's my main thing also.
Like, if you're watching this right now and you dislike, just tell me why. Like, Tell me what I can improve on, or if there's something that bothered you, I apologize. I didn't
Yeah.
intend for that to happen. So,
So,
I'll let you
um,
continue.
okay. Oh, well, I'm sorry. No, you can finish that thought.
No, I basically said what I need to say.
Well, my main thing for season 3, I actually like the Christmas special a whole lot in this season. So, I like the Christmas special. Um, I like, I like the Pam and Jim stuff the most, though. To me, they're the most memorable, if you understand. I like all the stuff that they do. Also, it was kind of funny, just Roy coming back there, and then Dwight spraying him. Like, seriously, that was the best moment.
Very nice. Actually, one of my favorite moments of season 3 was the fact that Mike, or I guess Pam, or no, when Pam was at her art show, and Michael actually came because no one else showed up. I thought
Oh
that was,
yeah.
I thought that was really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Andy punching the wall. I mean, come on.
Yeah, that's another great moment as well.
And then the pranks that Jim did on Dwight was also great. I really like the stuff with Jim, or yeah, the Jim and Pam stuff is great. Very nicely done. I like the storyline with Dwight and Andy. Like, I think the storylines this season were done very well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't really have any negatives besides some of the characters,
Yeah.
like Jan and Kelly, like just characters. Like everything else is pretty good, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
I do enjoy certain. Well, let's talk about favorite episode. What was your favorite episode of the season?
My favorite episode, one of the episode, I don't remember all the episodes' names and all of that, but the episode when Roy came back and sprayed, well, no, it was Dwight who sprayed him. That was, I'm sorry, that automatically became my favorite episode of the season. Just, I, I, I was dead in like laughter for like 5 minutes just because of that scene. And that is one of the most legendary scenes of all The Office for me. And then same thing with the episode when um Andy came back and he was still very angry and he punched the wall. Like, come on. Come on, Austin.
Very nice. I guess my favorite episode is episode. I would say episode. I think it was episode 3. That was where Dwight was trying to steal Michael's job. Like
Okay.
that to me was one of my favorite episodes. Also, Beach
Oh
Games.
yeah.
Beach Games was also my favorite episode.
Mm-hmm.
The finale was great. I
Yeah.
liked. I would say a lot. Like most of the episodes are probably my favorite because again, like they're all so good.
Mm-hmm.
I like the Back from Vacation episode just because of how just fucking funny it is. I love the episode, uh, the first episode of season 3. That was pretty. That was pretty funny. But yeah, overall, very very good. I don't have any real negatives again, like I said about it. Um, so yeah, I mean, do you want to give your final grade here?
I
Or
would give this season a total of 8 out of 10. I would give it a B plus.
very nice. I'd give it about an 8 out of 10 as well. I thought it was really good. It definitely. Well, actually, no. I'll give it an 8.5.
Okay.
I think that it was really good. It's definitely not season 4 levels of good though. Like it definitely has some great stuff to it. But overall, I really enjoy. It's really good. It's probably one of the. It's easily one of the best seasons of The Office.
Yes.
Definitely top 3.
Yes. 2, 3, and 4 are like the highest. And then 5 would be right under that for me.
I agree with that as well. Well, I guess we got through everything in 45 minutes.
Ooh.
So I guess we can use the rest of this time to answer questions from the chat.
Yeah.
So if you guys now want to talk anything non-office related, you can. Meanwhile, we'll just talk about those dislikes.
Yeah, it's fine.
I'm okay with it. All right, you want to dislike? That's perfectly fine. I don't have a problem with it. Like I said, it shows that obviously I need to change something or some things. But that's perfectly fine. Like this stream's not perfect.
No, it's definitely not perfect, but it's still okay.
Yeah. So if you guys have problems, just tell me. You don't gotta dislike and run. Dislike and tell me why.
Yeah. Also, I just can't believe Austin is still using his Luke Perry, Fred Andrews profile picture.
Yeah. I mean, come on, he's great.
He is great, but
Luke Perry is great.
yeah. Well, his character is really good. Yeah, guys. Our Riverdale season 3 review. My plan is for it to be on Saturday again.
Well, let's hope it's a better stream than last time we did it.
Yeah, let's hope.
But to be honest, though, that was basically our streams before
we became bigger.
exactly.
That was a lot of our streams where we're like, okay, guys, we're busy for a little bit. Just hang on. Like, still on Galactic Chat, I might be like, Austin, you have to take control.
Yeah.
Or Ryan, take control. So yeah. It seems like the chat's dead.
Yeah, the chat is usually dead for ShadowEye.
But no, it's Splash Talk. Because
Well,
what? No, but here's the thing. For fan fiction, it's dead. But guess what? So here's the thing. Splash Talk was supposed to just be talking about what's in the chat and everything. And it's like then we started with fan fiction, and then the people in the chat are like, "Can it just be like a chat thing again, and we'll actually respond this time?" You're like, "Bitch, no! We're gonna read fan fiction, and now we just found another thing for the next hour that will be debates."
yeah, the debates are fun, especially the last.
I'm still planning on clipping that out.
I want to show everybody this. Well, actually, no. Should I show them what?
Sure. It won't be copyright, so it's fine.
Oh yeah, because it's my own video.
I'll just be muted because stuff on your end there might be like an echo. So
All right, give me a second, everybody. All right, hang on. I got it, guys. I got it. I'm gonna show this lace. This is Comedy Gold by Ninjoid243. Oh shit! I forgot to add the audio. I am sorry. This is the last. We're just gonna show everybody. This is what's gonna be clipped out, guys.
That Batwoman is worse.
God damn it.
All right.
God damn it. Austin, I give this one to Austin. He can argue with Ninjoid. Austin will argue with Ninjoid this one. All right, I'll be the host.
But actually, hang on.
Marvel versus Marvel I like Vari's stuff.
Marvel versus DC.
Which is
All right.
better.
Yeah, Austin and Ninjoid will do this one. I'd rather be the host. I'd rather be the host.
No, Ryan, you're gonna be
This is some good stuff.
Marvel.
Damn it.
All right, since Ninjoid's gonna be in the disadvantage, I'll let him go first with opening remarks. You start now.
Okay, so let's get things straight now, all right? DC came first before Marvel. Also, just Action Comics #1 gave us the very first superhero that made the whole Marvel universe also become a reality. All right. Without Action Comics #1, Marvel would not exist. We would not have Spider-Man. We would not have Hulk. We would not have any of that. All right. And also, if you really want to say this, I think DC is a lot more creative than Marvel. All right. Like we have all these powerful human beings and also non-human beings. We have Amazons. We have aliens. We have Atlanteans. We have Green Lanterns, for crying out loud. Yes, people with rings in space. I mean, like, come on, that is very creative. We have all these people who are very creative, and then we have Marvel, which everything has to do with science. Well, guess what? Some of us are not all science nerds, even though technically I am a little bit, but like we are not all science nerds. Also, with DC made it first. We have multiple Earths, multiple timelines. We have multiple Batmans. DC's a lot more creative than Marvel with characters and more, and it's a very darker storytelling like universe, and I love that it's also dark. While also it is, you can say, the most campiest universe. Just look at the '60s Batman, all right, with Adam West and Burt Ward. Like, come on, that is completely campy, and it made Batman #1 for DC. So, I am Batman.
What a way to end it. Say,
No,
I
you're
am Batman. All right. Sour, your 2 minutes.
All right, this is gonna be easy for me. This is gonna be really easy for me.
Okay. Oh, this is gonna be easy for him.
Marvel movies are better than DC movies. Do I need to say any more?
Oh! Oh shit!
Oh, that's my debate.
He wasn't ready.
Okay, but seriously, actually going into it. Okay, so my Marvel is better than DC. Okay. Sure, DC started it all, but overall, Marvel has had a better track record, and it's more fun than edgy and dark than DC, but it has its very like dark moments, Infinity War. The end of Infinity War was like extremely dark. Half the population was wiped out, and it's just like some of the dark moments in Marvel history beats out most of DC's darker moments. And yes, while DC has some like really campy stuff, like what you said, DC's Batman 60 show, Marvel overall is just a lot more fun, and I laugh way more at Marvel stuff intentionally because I feel like Batman 60 show wasn't really funny intentionally. It was unintentionally funny, which is kind of bad. And okay, I got 27 more seconds left. Okay, what else can I think of? Spider-Man. Spider-Man. Marvel has a lot better superheroes overall because you got Spider-Man, Iron Man, Captain America, Hulk, Black Widow, Thor, Doctor Strange. Who else is there to say? And also honestly, some of the Marvel uh heroes, villains beat out DC's.
Okay, we got some pretty strong arguments from both Mr. Kraus and Mr. 243. I'm gonna give them 5 minutes to argue back and forth.
Ninjoid, this shit
right here.
Damn
Now,
Okay, number one. You might say DC doesn't have the best track record with Marvel, but we're not talking about just movies. Okay? We're talking about everything.
Read the comics, though, man.
Animated
What the
movies, TV shows, and etc. All right? Like, look, DC is the better
Okay,
selling.
TV shows over like live action TV shows. That's pretty easy. Like DC has some terrible live action TV
Look
shows.
at the look at the CW.
Arrow.
Yeah, but look at the CW. A lot more people watch the CW shows than the Netflix shows, for right now at least. And also, like they started the interconnected universe basically on television first before Marvel. All right, like look at Arrow. All right, look at Arrow, then look at Flash, then Supergirl. Supergirl's not really that good anymore. It used to be all right, but now it's complete shit due to season 5. And same thing with all those other CW shows. But let me tell you this: a lot more people watch them than a lot of the shows on Netflix, besides Daredevil and Punisher.
Just because CW gets more viewers. Just because CW superhero shows get more viewers doesn't mean that it's on the same quality. Because Marvel has I forgot the name.
Here we go.
I forget the name. Bear with me. Iron Fist, like some really good freaking Marvel live action shows. They have some quality ones. And if we're talking about animation,
Iron Fist, huh?
DC has better animated movies.
All right, and also
DC has better animated movies, but but a lot of Spider-Man cartoons are like amazing.
Yes, including the Spider-Man 2017 series.
oh
No, apart from that. Anyway, that's what we're talking about.
And also, number one, all right, DC also sells the much more comic books. Also, it sells a lot more toys, a lot more merch. Also, it sells a lot more Funko Pops. That's actually
Because that means they're great. That means they're greedy. That means they're money hungry.
Oh well,
this was
They want the money from your merchandise.
And a lot more profitable. We're not arguing if it has better content or not. We're arguing which one is more successful. DC technically is not successful. Marvel is most successful with movies. DC is most successful with everything else. All right, animation wise.
Wait,
Batman.
Austin, are we talking about which is most successful or which we like more and why?
It's basically what you like more.
Oh, really? Well, guess what? Sorry, guys, but play DC kind of lost.
What? Well, you gotta keep going.
Yeah, Spider-Man.
I love how delayed that. You gotta keep going.
Okay, well, DC is better because we have Batman. All right, Batman is the most realistic superhero of every single superhero because he's not even a superhero. He's a detective.
Oh, what's up,
He's just
DD?
a hero.
Great to see you.
That's amazing. You just completely changed it on the spot.
Pause it, guy.
You're like, look at these. Look at these.
Oh dear God. Oh my God. I'm sorry for all those DC fans. Oh yes, I could have won the debate. Maybe we'll redo that debate.
Oh, it's too late. It already happened. You lost.
We'll do a part 2.
Part 2?
Yes, a part 2.
How are they gonna do a part 2?
Well, a redo.
Well, you know what, Ninjroid? You know what I have to say to that?
Yellow.
You're just gonna turn up and be like, see how this is how the second one's gonna work out. All right, it's gonna work out like this. It's gonna work out like this. At the start of the debate, you're gonna be like, "Oh well, you know, DC loses."
Oh my god. Oh my god, you should play the clip when Ryan just pretended to be me and I pretended to be Ryan for Marvel Spider-Man.
Let's
That
see
was
here.
funny.
Now I gotta see what time that was. Shoot. All right. I'm sorry.
Thursday, Kavari.
Yes, Thursday is the next episode of Splash Talk, and I know we went over the hour, but we have to do this. Well, before
I'm sorry.
get to before we reveal who wins, I would like to bring up Kavari's comment. Oh my god. This is Splash Talk, ladies and gentlemen. Anything else you like?
I also love how in season 2.
Well, Ninjoid basically said before you.
I'm waiting for you to ask a question.
Well, Ninjoid said before. Ninjoid said before you couldn't hear is. All right, hang on. Here it is.
I'll start.
No, I'll start. I want to.
You know what? Sour said it first. You'll go first.
Okay.
Sour, your time starts now. What do
The
you like about
animation is so good. It's perfect. It's perfect. Ultimately, like it's like some of the best animation in all of animation history. It's so good. The character designs are so fantastic. I love it. It's really good.
This is so funny.
Is there anything you like about it?
The quips are so funny. I literally laughed out loud in every single one of them.
Like, how hard did you laugh?
And I love how that the jackal created these spiders. I love that the jackal created these man spiders, try to make them into an army. It was so good. It was so fucking good. It was like, holy crap. It's really innovative.
Yeah, right?
Oh, I know it is
I mean,
so
what stuff
innovative.
you like? Him training Miles Morales was so entertaining, and I wasn't bored at all.
It's just the way he
got
said
50
it.
seconds left. You can just say whatever you like.
Oh my god.
We're streaming a stream, watching another stream.
Exactly. It's Inception.
Anything else you like?
I also love how in season 2. I'm laughing. I'm sorry. I also love how in season 2, Peter's consciousness escaped the living brain, and it downloaded itself in the Octavius discarded tentacles. Holy crap! Whoa! Oh my god! That was so cool. That was like really cool and Spider-Man-esque. It's the best Spider-Man cartoon ever.
I like how you're so sarcastic about it. I feel like you should win just for that.
Kind of.
I'm ready.
Oh god. Oh
Here,
god. All
just a
right. So
warning
enjoyed
to
your 2 minutes
headphone
starts
users.
now.
The animation is shit. I mean it. Like, look at it. It is garbage. It is complete garbage. Forget the storytelling. Forget everything else. The animation sucks. I mean it. The animation sucks. It's so goddamn bad because the animation.
You're wrong. The backgrounds are amazing. They're so cool.
I mean, like, look at the background. The background is so stupid. There's nothing moving in the background. I I mean it. The animation is stupid. I mean it. And also Doc Ock, his death scene, he's bored as a character, so I did not give a crap about it. I mean it. And guess what? I'd much rather be screwed in a chair over watching this type of stuff. I mean it.
I would. I mean, no. I love this show.
Yes, you do.
Ladies and
Yes, I
gentlemen,
do
this
also. Also, this show is god darn horrible. I mean it. Like, look at the storytelling. I don't even care for it, but it's bad anyway. And also, guess what? Peter Parker does not need a love in every single thing because that's not part of Peter Parker's character. Even though I never read the comic books. So
This is
guess what?
sarcasm,
I'm
by the way,
judging it
ladies
just
and
like
gentlemen.
Amazing Spider-Man 2. Spider-Man 1.
I'm being assaulted. I'm being bullied on the internet, Mom.
It's just so stupid. I'm being bullied by Sauerkraut because he loves the show. I'm gonna go to the bathroom now.
All right, I feel like I should take points off for this. You brought up the chair, and the chair has nothing to do with anything.
Yep. All right. Are we
Chair
done?
had nothing to do with it. But yeah, guys. With that being said, I wanted to show that debate because that was just fucking that was hilarious. The fact that Ninjoy just flat out gave up in the middle of the debate, you're just like, oh well, DC loses, and then then we just started dying laughing. Like we couldn't take anything you said seriously after that because you're like, oh, DC loses. Like, good God. Good grief. And with that being said, though, guys, I'm going to wrap it up here. I want to thank everybody for coming in the chat, like Didi, Kavari, Sour. So the next stream I'm doing is Splash Talk on Thursday, so get your debate questions ready. I think we will all participate in the debates in some form or another. And we are going to be reading fan fiction that Sienna brought in. It's actually going to be Monel as a mermaid. I still don't understand. I don't know why. But yes, that is the fanfiction we're reading next Thursday. Or this Thursday, sorry. I'm gonna let Ninjoy tell everybody where they can find himself at.
All right, you guys know where to find me on my own YouTube channel, Ninjoy243, in which we do many fun shit over there. We will be reviewing Riverdale Season 3 possibly this Saturday if we are free. We'll also be having Galactic Chat on Fridays, always at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. So make sure that you come check it out, where we talk about Star Wars. We report about every single week. This week we'll be discussing a little bit about Pablo Hidalgo's drama, and we'll also have a main topic. So yes.
Very nice. I have a channel here. I got 3 shows on this channel. If you guys want to subscribe, I do a bunch of fun stuff. I do a show on Sundays called ShadowEye. This show where we're going to be reviewing The Office season 4 next episode. If we get done early enough, we'll take questions from chat. Then I have a show on Thursday called Splash Talk. We're going to be reading Kara and Monel fanfiction, where Monel's going to be a mermaid, and we're going to be doing some debates. So if you guys have any debate questions, DM me either on Austinator17 on Twitter or Discord at the Austinator. I have a show on Friday called Good Old Wrestling, where we're just going to be talking about wrestling. So go and check that out. And then you can find me Fridays on Galactic Chat on Ninja243's channel. You guys can find me on Sauerkraut's channel whenever he streams. Sundays, you can find me on Chris Knight's channel for the weekly wrap-up. Mondays, you can find me sometimes on JJ's channel for randomness at its finest. Big Boy Entertainment's channel for game streams, backstage on LDG Pixels or Nerdautica. I also have links to Zach's, EJ, Andrew, Deshaun. Everybody's links in the description. I also have links to Poe and the Big O Show. Let's get them up to where they need to be. And yeah, that I think about does it. Thank you guys for watching. This is the Ostinator and Ninjoid signing out.
Peace out, guys.